Welcome everybody to They Cast from the Coast. My name is Adam Miles and I'm joined as always by Josh Lambert and Tim Johnson. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. If you like what you're about to watch, please hit that subscribe button down below if you're watching this on YouTube, and subscribe, like, and share all the podcasting major platforms that we produce this on as well. iTunes, Spotify, Google Music, all that stuff. Tim, what are we talking about tonight?
An interesting little ditty from 1980 called Humanoids from the Deep.
Stay tuned. All right, give us the synopsis, Tim.
It's a short but sweet one tonight. A fisherman and a scientist fight back when a mossy sea monster assaults women.
Okay.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
happens in the movie.
That does occur.
It does occur. Okay, so let's break this down just a little bit. So, Humanoids from the Deep
It's fucking weird, and Adam recommended it yet again.
Yes, but
Imagine
what is
that.
wrong with recommending and watching weird fucking movies?
He's got some sort of fetish with amphibioids doing
I
stuff
think he
to
just
ladies.
likes. I think he just likes making us watch these fucking.
He
weird
does.
movies.
He gets his jollies off knowing we're sitting at home. Hey, he's watching amphibioids break
He's like,
down.
I watched this years ago. I'm gonna make them watch it now.
Mr.
No, actually,
Burns.
I've never seen this movie. Only ever parts of it, and not enough to
Yeah,
ever
I
say
bet
that
we
I've
know
actually
what
watched
parts.
this movie. Shut up, Josh. Bastard. No, I've only ever seen a couple of very sexual parts. I've only ever seen a couple of parts of this movie, like maybe 2-minute clips here and there on like horror shows and stuff like this. And to be honest, what really triggered me about wanting to watch this movie was I was watching. You guys have probably heard of the horror documentaries In Search of Darkness.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I watched part 2. It's like 4.5 fucking hours long, but it's a brilliant ride. Like, I love the first one. The second one's just as good. But I love the movies that they talk about, and I'm always sitting there going, fuck, I've never seen that movie. Hey, if it's flagged on this and people are talking, praising it, I gotta fucking watch it, right? So this is one of those movies that kept coming up in different conversations that I've had with people. I see clips of it all the time, and I'm like, you know what? It's an 80s rubber suit monster movie. How fucking bad can it really be? Roger Corman produced. What are you gonna do, right? So let's talk about the story just a little bit here. So what we have is kind of like a environmentalist, scientific side of things here. We've got, man taking over, overfishing, doing too much to the environment. There's the canning plant that's planned that's going to take away from the local economy and the fishermen. And in the end, they come to find out that there's like a government experiment that basically was housed, kind of like in the movie Piranha, I want to say. It was like a government experiment that was housed, and it got washed out to the local waters, and they grew into these fucking big creatures.
So was
And
it?
Josh, you look very confused.
I know. I'm not laughing.
Same movie.
Adam, I'm not laughing at your explanation. It was very
You're laughing
well
at
worded.
Josh.
It was very, very well worded. I'm laughing at Josh reacting to you saying these words.
So
Almost like he never watched the same movie.
that's what I'm wondering. Like I watched it and I thought they said that they pumped a bunch of hormones in to make the salmons bigger. And that made
Yeah, it was like a government
humanoids.
experiment to try to help out with
Oh,
with like
yeah.
underpopulation and overfishing
Yeah.
problems and stuff like
Big
this. So they were
salmon.
gonna they were gonna make salmon quicker and faster and get them out into the wild and farm them better and easier and shit like this. But their experiments got washed out into like the open waters and they lost them. And this is what they fucking grew into, was these big
I don't get the
humanoids
part.
from the deep.
I think some fucking weirdo fisherman was fucking cranking it overboard, and his little fucking jizz got into this fucking salmon or
Cranking
something,
it
and then they
overboard.
got made humanoids.
He fertilized the salmon
Something's
eggs.
not adding up.
Something's not adding up.
Something's not adding up. I mean, but I will say again, it does share a lot of similarities to two movies. One, The Prophecy, which is a classic 80s, actually late 70s, I think, Canadian horror movie, rubber suit monster, and Piranha. In the original Piranha, they were like, a government program and project, and somebody basically like drains the pool out into the local lake, and that's when you get the fucking piranha, the big fucking piranha attacking people. It's a good movie. It's classic anyway. So I think it's a Joe Dante film. All right, so now we have a scientist and the local fishermen and people basically finding that dogs are going missing and showing up later on dead, basically, decapitated and murdered and everything else. And then we get people going missing, and we come to find out that these humanoids from the deep are looking to expand their family, for lack of a better term. They're getting a little rapey. It's yeah, it's peculiar, man. So that goes to something that I had heard about this movie too, because apparently the quote unquote raping scenes were not in the original script or the original filming, and like Roger Corman himself apparently like openly said like, we need something different with this movie to make it stand out.
Stop drinking my Kool-Aid. This is trivia.
I didn't know it was in the trivia. This is like all
It's
part of what was said in
fucking one on the list.
Hey, at least we know which one's not fake.
Get him. So they made this film, and then after the fact, they're like, let's film a bunch of dirty scenes for it.
Yeah, and randomly disperse them in there. Yep.
That's gold.
Yeah, it is.
Because this whole movie felt like it existed to show boobs.
when in fact it existed without that intention, and then it was just thrown in as an afterthought, which is even weirder, because it
is strange.
Really kind of suits the movie in a weird way. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's weird.
I really, really, really like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm intrigued with this movie because there's a
have
lot
a fetish for fish banging women. It's okay. It's
for fish banging women.
No kink shaming, bro.
Hey.
It is what it is.
Y'all can fucking fantasize about the Little Mermaid and shit like this, but the moment that some gross male fucking creature comes out of the, whatever. Oh, man. All right. Talk a little bit about the story. What do you guys got to add to that? Josh?
I liked when the rubber suits were on screen. That was neat. Why do they have such long arms?
Only one of them did.
Oh.
If you look, I kept thinking that to myself too. I was like, fuck, that one's got... Why does he got so long arms? And then all of a sudden in the next scene, there's a different one and he's got shorter arms. And I'm like...
It's just that one guy. It's like, everybody knows one guy that's like crazy tall. That's just him. He's just long-armed fish boy. And all the other fish guys are like, man, that guy's got some long arms.
He's growing through
some long-ass arms.
But he does. He's got these big old long gangly arms.
Yeah, it's like right from his elbow out. It's like stupid fucking long. Like he could almost like drag his knuckles.
Yeah, they were pretty cool looking. Oh, I'll give him that for a rubber suit movie. And I mean, I don't think there was really much articulation. Like you couldn't make much expression or anything, but they did pretty well with it.
They were. I don't remember exactly who designed the creature. I can't remember, but it was Steve Johnson worked on the movie, so famed effects artist Steve Johnson, and he actually played one of the creatures, or some scenes he played the creature too, or something like this. And so apparently, whenever you see one of them getting shot, That's Steve Johnson because he's like really good at taking a shot.
That sounds like trivia.
Yeah,
Probably is. Now we know that one's not false.
Dick.
Dick.
There's a shitload of them too. Like the first half of the movie, I thought there was just one monster, and then when they get to the carnival, I'm like, oh, there's oodles of them.
Oodles. There's oodles. And funny, there's only 3 suits that they ever use for the movie. Apparently, it's only ever 3. Tim, talk about the movie.
This movie was fucking weird, man. Like, it was weird, but it's an 80s movie and it's an 80s monster movie, and it's like it doesn't take itself too serious, so I can't shit on it. But I mean, there's not really much of a story. I mean,
I think it fits right in there perfect with 80s monster movies, though.
yeah,
Excessive
it does.
gore, excessive nudity.
Yeah.
It's right where it belongs.
Well, there's a lot that fits into that category where it's just like the movie was made just to show some boobs, or like like you said, just to show some gore or some shit like this, right? I mean, you could name a whole bunch of monster movies from the 80s that
Did
were
you
like
guys
that.
think the puppet
Ghoulies.
scene in the tent was weird? Because I thought it was
Very weird.
kind of weird.
I was like,
It was a
what's
weird
going
sexual
on right
fetish
now?
fucking
It
thing
looked
that
like
was.
it looked like okay. So, to internet we're from Canada, and we grew up with Mr. Dress Up. That fucking
God.
puppet looked like Casey,
Looked like Casey.
and I'm
You kept
like,
asking,
Casey,
"Where's
no.
Finnegan?"
Casey, no.
Casey's all
Casey.
grown up.
What would Mr. Dressup say, Casey?
I think that scene existed because someone on set had a ventriloquist dummy and was just making like puns all day long, and they're like, throw it in the tent. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why is this woman like hooking up with this guy on the beach in a tent, and why did he bring his ventriloquist dummy?
Because
What's he doing with it?
What is he
Greasy
doing
stuff.
with it?
That's what.
Yeah,
Dirty.
Greasy boys. Oh man. Well, I'm really kind of intrigued to hear what Josh's actual notes on the movie are, though.
Oh, I've got some notes. This movie was a doozy.
Tim just looks unintrigued at this moment. He's just like, he doesn't know what to fucking say.
My first viewing of Humanoids from the Deep took place May 2nd, 2021 at 6:31 p.m. It's starring Doug McClure. You may remember him from such hits as Tape on the Can.
I thought that too.
Oh man.
Is this some sort of mermaid monster in his net? This kid is leaking gasoline all over the place. Get your shit together, Billy. You're gonna fucking blow up the boat. That's why life jackets are regulations in this province. Can't go on a boat without a life jacket. And this movie's why. Jesus Murphy, I was not expecting an explosion on such a janky B movie. Props. So babies and dogs can somehow sense the creature. Was this just like abandoned at this point? Because I don't remember it ever happening again in the film.
There were no other kids or babies past a certain point that were shown, but like all the dogs were basically killed off.
We're all killed. That's right.
Yeah.
So the dogs know that the fucking humanoids are coming to boink their moms. This dog is a fucking pro. Just an excellent actor. Did you see his steps when the dog's like following directions? He acted better than most of the people.
Yeah, he did. That's true.
He's a good boy.
He was a
He
good
was a
boy.
good boy.
He's dead. That always sucks. When you just
Wow.
come to that realization, you're like, oh, this film was fucking 40 years ago. Yeah, that dog's dead. Yeah. Oh man, that creature from the Teal Lagoon straight up strangled the pooch.
Creature from the Teal Lagoon.
Following a jizz trail like Daphne and Fred, this thing left like this gross, slimy jizz trail, and these two buffoons are following it, and they look like fucking Scooby Gang members. How many dead dogs did they build for this film? They show like 6 or 7 or 8 different dead dogs. It's a lot of dead dogs for one movie.
Yes, they built them.
Wow, don't even.
I know it's
A lot of dead dogs for one movie. He says.
The classic nudie scene of the 80s of a woman getting ready. That's pretty iconic for the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't actually show anything, which is super weird because the rest of this movie is completely filled with nudity, which makes me think that one was like the original one that they meant to keep. And after knowing this, that they added all this gratuitous nudity afterwards, that I think that was like their risque scene, and then they're like, let's turn the style up to 11. First time I think I've ever seen someone get frightened by dirty dishes. Just get this stack of dirty plates and it all clanks
Come to
over.
my house,
Ah!
bud. Come to my house.
Yeah, scary scene, eh? I for one miss the days of the phone being located on the wall in the kitchen. I don't know if you do, but
I kind of do too.
Yeah, agreed.
As like the whitest man ever born, I could say without a doubt, this is one hell of a white guy town. They got banjos going, they got off rhythm clapping, cowboy hats. Like this is the most whitest town that ever whited.
Whitest town that ever whited in the history of whited.
History of white. Did they seriously kill these dogs? Did they seriously kill this dude's dog? What the fuck? Yeah, the fucking native guy rolls up and they're like, oh yeah, we killed your dog because you killed ours. It's like, what? Those wind-up punches. That fight choreograph was magnificent. Every punch was like a full wind.
It was amazing.
Was that supposed to be gunshots to break up the fight? Because that was like the worst Foley work I think I've ever heard.
Sounds like cap
bad.
guns.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. I feel like they had a cap gun and they were supposed to like do some Foley work afterwards, and they're just like, nah, just leave it.
Fuck it.
We'll fix
We
it.
spent the money on extra nudity scenes. We don't need the Foleying.
Right. That chick on the beach is just straight up watching this couple go to town. Little pervert she is. That guy's shorts are so short that I don't even know if you can call them shorts at that point. Come on, Jerry. Don't be an ass. Quote. Great gore on the face. Wasn't expecting that when the creature's claws like ripped the dude's face open. Actually, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote, the creature is all horned up from watching them fool around. Now he's gonna get it. What the fuck? Ventriloquist Dummy's sex scene was unneeded and unexpected. Does this creature legit just want to fuck? It seems like every time I see him, he's just trying to bang. Is this film Canadian? Did you guys feel like this film was Canadian?
I did.
I thought it was for the longest time.
I wrote, another explosion? How the fuck did this film afford 2 explosions? How many of these creatures are there? Fuck off! A 3rd explosion.
I like how you segue that. How many creatures are there? Fuck off! A third explosion?
3rd explosion! I couldn't believe it. 3 explosions? Explosions are expensive. And this is before CG, when you could just hit a computer button and boop, there's an explosion. No, these guys fucking blew shit up. So the marine biologist knows about the creatures, okay. What the fuck? They look like Pumpkinhead meets the creature from the Black Lagoon with crazy long arms. I was about to laugh that these hicks have a literal parade, festivities, and carnival for salmons. And then I remembered my hometown does the exact same thing for apples.
Dude, I gotta applaud you for that one. That's amazing.
This pier was very poorly constructed. I'm just saying. Those creatures are popping up out of the pour left and right. It's just a couple of fish, people. 2 or 3 guys could just jump on it and start wailing on it and kill it. Like, I don't understand why these things are causing such massacre. They're like little fish people. You just
Little
beat
fish
them in the
people?
head with a rock.
Little fish people? They're fucking hormonal fucking
Yeah,
giant
I
fish
guess
creatures.
they are all horned up. This is true.
This is true.
Claws so sharp they can pull flesh to the bone, but accurate enough to also cut the strings of Miss Salmon's bikinis. Excellent.
Excellent.
Gearing up for yet another explosion with the pier. They got everything lit on fire. At this point, I'm flabbergasted. I can't believe that they have used so much pyrotechnics in this one film. Finally, we see a group of men just start beating the shit out of one, and that's all I wanted. These things are running amok. They're killing your children and wives and ripping the bikinis off your fucking princesses, your Miss Salmons. Just grab some 2x4s and start beating the piss out of one of them. And they do. And it was glorious. It lives at the bottom of the sea. Turning your lights off did nothing but blind you. These creatures can definitely see in the dark. So when she turns all her lights off, she's just stupid. And I read, oh my god, she's having a lagoon baby. That scene was straight out of Aliens.
Yeah.
And those are my notes on this very peculiar film that Adam, enjoyed a lot and wanted us to partake in.
Hey, at least I'm making suggestions that are out of the realm of the
that's
norm.
fine. I just, to each their own. Some people like.
I take offense to that because I make suggestions all the time.
Not out of the realm of the norm. Your
Yeah,
suggestions are like, let's
not
watch
with enough
Halloween
fish.
for the 3rd time.
Not
Because
with
it's an
enough
excellent
fish.
movie. That movie's a fucking delight.
Not arguing. Not arguing.
I don't know. You never see Michael Myers beat the piss out of a fish person.
Or,
Yet?
yeah.
Yet.
Yeah. We still got a couple movies to go, so we'll wait and see. Okay, I mean, let's bring up a couple of points that you had there about like the effects work. So, regardless of what you think about this movie, rubber monster fish creatures or whatever have you, even if you didn't like the rubber monster suit creatures, the effects work, like the actual blood and gore and the attacks and the stuff like this. I thought it was really well done.
Well, if you didn't like the rubber suits, you're just wrong.
I didn't think the rubber suits looked bad at all.
Yeah, you're just wrong if you didn't like them.
I thought they were kind of dope.
I thought that they were too, but I mean, it's one of those things where you've always got like a line, where they're horror fans, where it's like, rubber monster suit creatures.
You got the line. You got people that are right, and you got people that are incorrect.
Exactly. Yeah. So for us that are on the right side of it, I love the suits. I thought that they were good. I thought that the creatures were very interestingly designed. I thought it was pretty cool that there was a variance of them too, because like I mentioned, there's the one with the large arms, but then the other two are smaller arms, right? That you see running around.
Right.
But like I said, the actual effects work was pretty damn good. The guy's head getting ripped off, the slashes on the face. I mean, right down to just the simple makeup of when they find the girl on the beach and they take off all like the seaweed and shit like this. She looks like she's dead almost. You know what I mean? Like it was decent, like pale makeup and the cold blue on the lips and shit like that. So, yeah. Tim?
No, I liked it. I liked the special effects in this. I thought they were really, really, really nice.
Really nice.
They're really nice.
But that's where I think that a lot of the budget of this movie went. It was the explosions, the monster suits, the special effects and blood work and shit like this. It didn't really look like the money was spent much elsewhere.
No.
Yeah, no. Explosions are fucking expensive. They did 3 full explosions, lit a dock on fire, had some fucking rubber suits, and then paid a bunch of ladies to take their tops off.
Calm down.
It's a lot of money.
There was
a lot of money. Let's give some credit as well to the radio station KFSH, K-Fish.
I didn't get that. Yeah, that is great. Funny.
KFSH. I was like, as soon as it came up on the screen, I'm like, that's hilariously stupid.
I see what you did there.
I see. I got you.
Because they're amphibians, fishes, monsters.
And because the praising of the salmon.
Salmon.
Robert Englund here, aka Freddy Krueger. I'm watching and listening. They cast from the coast. You'd better or else.
Used in the movie's 1996 TV remake.
It's kind
According-
of funny.
Yeah, it is actually. Joe Dante, who at the time recently directed Piranha, turned down directing this movie. I wonder why. This was
Missed
the
opportunity.
Yeah, I guess. This was the final theatrical feature film to date, directed by Barbara Peters. This movie fucking killed her career. Killed her career. The movie's ending was a direct ripoff of Ridley Scott's Alien, which is
Accurate.
quite accurate. Did you guys notice that it was weird that it said monster at the end? Like, did you guys have that? All of a sudden it just popped up, red text, monster.
Well, that was also the beginning of the movie. So, like, I watched it on Shudder, and it came up saying "Monster, Humanoids from the Deep," like very small text underneath it. Both the beginning and the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird.
Is that it for trivia?
No, it's God no. I got some more. I got some more.
Tim's got all the good stuff.
Yep. Whenever a humanoid was getting shot, its special effects, makeup effects artist Steve Johnson, who was part of Rob Botton's crew, according to Johnson, director Barbara Peters really liked the way he performed getting shot. So again, thank you, Adam.
Wow.
Sorry.
Way to ruin the segment.
Yeah, I know.
I know that one's not false then.
I hope it is.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I hope it is too.
I hope you guys are.
I mean, wait.
And you're just trying to trick me.
That would be amazing. At the height of the monster sea creature humanoids of the deep, as mentioned in the film storyline, is said to be around 6.5 to 7 feet tall or 2 meters high.
It's a pretty tall sea man.
It's a pretty tall seaman. I mean, seaman.
Gross.
Yeah.
See, man.
I guess I can do one or two more. Just looking through them. Sorry. Humanoids from the Deep was released within a year of a similarly titled picture called The Humanoid, which was also from 1979. 1979 it came out. I don't know why I'm whispering. It's because the mic's so close to my... Mic's so close. Okay, this is another good one. This is a gooder. One scene of the humanoids attacking a victim was shot when the temperature was so cold, it was cold enough to turn the actress's lips blue, and she had minor frostbite on her feet.
What?
Yep. Minor frostbite on her feet. I guess that was the scene that you were talking about, Adam, where her lips were blue.
Yeah, but he said it was makeup.
Well, then it was a convincing. I thought it was just convincing. I don't know. I don't know. That was either convincing makeup or. Now you've got me confused here because that was either convincing makeup or it was real.
Well, wouldn't
the-
real be even more convincing?
Yeah, because it's real. The production was really originally filmed under the title Beneath the Darkness, in hopes that it would infer a classier type of story and therefore attract the kind of big-name cast the filmmakers wanted.
That might
Like
be total
Benjamin
bullshit
Killer.
too.
That was gold.
That might be bullshit.
All of Linda Shane's scenes as Miss Salmon were shot by a second unit. And this will be the last. This movie and Portrait of a Hitman were the first films that actress Ann Turkel made without her husband, Richard Harris, They've previously made 3 films before that together. Oh, I got one more. The fishing boat, the Terra Dawn, seen in the opening credits, was built in 1975. And that was Trivia Time with Tim.
All right, Josh, go.
He's been. This is a tricky trickster one. This one.
Do you want
is
to
a
know
tricky
why? Do you want to know why? It felt completely different because of the way I'm set up in this new setup, right?
Yeah.
Normally, I would have Skype on this, and this is where I'm looking at you guys, and then I would have my trivia here. But because my camera's right there, and it's my big screen, I literally just looked at it, just felt much more comfortable, at ease.
I don't feel like there's an entirely made-up trivia here. I think this is a very small adjustment.
I'm agreeing with you.
Or an embellishment.
Or I'm just that damn good tonight, fellas.
No, you're not.
All right. I think I know.
What are you thinking about?
Because he
Blue
went on
Lemon
IMDb. I could see it in the reflection of his glasses.
too?
No, I was on Facebook checking my message real quick.
So my question is, they refilmed all the dirty scenes, but Miss Salmon has one of like the scenes where her top gets ripped off, and she's like in a ton of different scenes.
Yeah, all of Linda Shane's scenes as Miss Salmon were shot by second unit.
What does that even mean?
Usually means that they have like an assistant director, or sort of like a second unit director that's filming scenes separate or at a different time than the main production itself. Kind of like filler shots, pickup shots, extra scenes, shit like that.
All her scenes were filmed by second unit, which leads me to believe that was Roger Corman saying, "I want all the dirty scenes.
I want to see the boobies.
Yeah, I want to see some boobies."
Pop them puppies out. I really don't know. I think he was very subtle, and it's not something I'm going to get unless I just take a stab in the dark and guess.
Good. Take
What
a
are you
stab.
thinking, Adam?
Guess. I want Josh to guess first because I don't want
I
I don't
don't
want you
wanna
tainted.
I want some information from Adam to see if I can be swayed.
No, you go first. Maybe you'll sway me.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
What do you think,
don't know.
Adam? What do you think?
I'm stuck on the cold one with her, but I'm not sure. I think you're right, Josh. I think it has to do with like it's not a complete.
When did he say
Bullshit.
it was filmed? Fucking November, October,
October,
December?
November, December. Yeah.
It was probably filmed in October and November.
Okay, you think that?
I think it's something stupid like that. Like it's the smallest embellishment that ever happened in the world.
No.
I think it either is that her lips weren't blue or she didn't get frostbite. It was either makeup or bullshit about frost.
Well, it took place in December, so they can't both be made up. There's only one made up, right?
Yeah, but it takes
Yeah,
a lot to get frostbite.
I only made up.
In
Yeah, like
general weather.
being in the ocean in December.
Okay, I'm gonna say her lips weren't really blue. I'm gonna say she wasn't really that cold.
Oh, Tim got the L. Tim got the L. That is absolute. That's absolute. It's trivia right there. Trivia right there. Her lips were legit blue
From the cold or from
Fuck's
makeup?
sake!
from the cold, but she did not get frostbite.
Yeah, see, it was some fucking stupid little embellishment. That's
I gotta
But
do
it's-
that because if I full out make my own trivia, Josh
That's what
gets
you
it
should do.
immediately.
that's what the game is. The game isn't let's change November to December. Let's
But I
add
didn't do
frostbite in addition to her cold lips.
Didn't do
It's
that.
I want some fucking absurd trivia that they fucking rode a giraffe into set.
Okay.
Roger Corman showed up on an elephant's back one day in
Professing,
California.
I am the Lizard King.
All right.
It was brilliant.
Trivia.
All right,
You won
trivia
that one.
time
I
with
didn't-
Tim. Tim wins that round. All right, excellent.
Yeah, no,
All
the
right.
actual piece of trivia was one scene of the humanoids attacking a victim was shot when the temperature was so cold enough to turn the actress's lips blue.
Okay.
It was December.
Yeah. December.
Mind you, it's like Malibu, so I don't know what is fucking Malibu December, like fucking 10 degrees Celsius.
Probably. All right. If that's the case, then it is time, gentlemen, to give your final thoughts and give your review and rating for this movie. Josh.
I thought it was a pretty neat movie. I liked it. I thought it was pretty silly. I don't really understand the whole fucking amphibioids banging a bunch of women to impregnate them to make little alien amphibioids. Why don't they just bang other fishes? Gore was cool. Lots of boobs. It was solid 80s horror monster movie. Love the rubber suits. I am a sucker for a rubber suit monster movie.
Yes.
Dangly arms were weird. Good comedy in it. Like that K-Fish radio guy. He was dropping the one-liners. He was a funny guy. Took place in a super small town. I think I'll give this one... I'll rate it R. R for recommended.
Nice. Good one,
I was
Josh.
teetering on PG, but I'll bump it up to an R. With that many boobs, I think it's definitely a parental vision required, and our rating seems fitting.
All right. Tim.
No, you go first.
Oh, okay.
You were
Um,
tired of it.
I try to be nice, but okay. Yeah, I was surprised. I actually did kind of enjoy this movie. Like, I didn't find myself looking at my phone during this movie. It was an 80s schlock monster movie that I haven't actually seen yet. So, there's one way to take my attention, try to figure out something like this that I haven't actually, partaken in, especially one that's come up in conversation over and over and over again. The effects work, beautiful. I loved it. For 80s monster effects and gore and all that kind of shit, it was just what I wanted it to be. That's exactly what I wanted it to be. Yeah, the boobs were a nice touch. You had Miss Salmon that was just kind of like the random act of roar, psh, no, and everybody was happy all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like, there she is. There was some obvious weird shit about this movie that, you're kind of shaking your head about. The movie kind of felt a little bit unrefined in certain ways when it came to the story itself and certain characters. But overall, there's a shit ton of movies that I love revisiting, that are 80s movies that are like that too. So, you know what? To be 100% honest, I'm probably going to follow suit with Josh on this. I'm giving this an R. I would recommend this movie to people. You want an 80s movie, solid 80s movie with rubber suit monsters, gore, and just something to keep your attention for an evening. This is definitely something where it's at. Tim.
This movie feels like two movies that have been spliced together in some weird fucking cacophony of silliness and fucking rubber monsters. When me and Adam were talking about it earlier in the week, I said that I didn't hate it. I said it was fun. Right? Like, it's fun. Like, this is what people in 1980 would have went to go fucking see in a drive-in. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
This is driving.
It's a drive-in movie. Sitting down in my living room and watching it on my TV as a fucking 41-year-old adult in 2021? No. The acting was lame. The effects work was the effects work was really good. Like, when they would slash someone, like the I mentioned earlier about the tent scene, right? With the little weird puppet thing. Casey, no.
Casey.
When that monster came through the tent and slashed that guy's back, like
It was dope.
it was dope.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously, the nudity was a plus, but I mean, boobs are boobs. Like, we got the internet, man. Like, this isn't exciting anymore. Like, whatever, whatever, man. But
Unless you're Adam, and the only way you can get your rocks off is watching an amphibioid with a woman.
Fuck's
Fibioid.
sake.
I mean, Roger Corman. Roger Corman. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
Roger
King of
Corman
campy
movie.
rubber monster
He's not
suit
Beetlejuice.
movies.
Yeah, like it's okay. Again, like I said, I didn't hate it. I can appreciate it for what it is and like when it came out and who made it. Um, you know, and like the end of the movie was fun. Like, it was a lot of fun. Um, but I again, I felt the acting was lame, and the pacing was kind of weird, and like I was just waiting. It felt like two different movies that have been spliced together as one. And like I said, going through and Barbara Peters' monster movie that she set out to make, and then the one that Roger Corman stepped in and fucking no, we need more of this. Like, it just felt like it was. You could see the two different visions in the final product. I'm not going to praise it as high as you guys. I'm not giving it an R. I'm going to give it a PG because special effects work was really good. And it's definitely a fun 80s monster movie. And I can imagine how much fun this would have been to see in the drive-in back in the 80s, right? So I'm going to give it a PG. But I can't rate it any higher than that. I'd be up all night thinking about it and ask Adam if we could refilm the ending because I wasn't happy, like rating it in our no.
Wake up in a sweat.
In a sweat. There's a fucking humanoid thing on at the end of my bed.
I've done wrong. I've recommended the movie.
Yeah.
PG. PG. Well, gentlemen, that's that's a good way to look at it. I mean, we like the campiness, and that kind of puts it up a little bit higher. Tim takes it down a notch with
like
the lameness.
campiness, though. I said it was fun.
Yeah. But the
Yeah.
lame ass acting kind of drops it a little bit for you. Yeah. Don't you fucking whatever. All right.
Tell him, Adam.
Well, it's been a good conversation tonight, gentlemen. I mean, that's the fun of it. You guys can piss and shit all over me for making the shit recommendations, about these.
Just ask us to
Whoa.
do some fucking.
No!
Like I said, no kink shame, bro. But whoa. Warn a fella
You guys,
before you get
you
into
guys can
that.
shit all over the situation about finding these weird
What
fucking
said.
movies all you
Listen,
want.
Josh, you can shit all over me.
That's what he said. Play the tape back.
Oh, fuck off. Whatever. All right. All right, that's it. I'm done with you fuckers. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of They Cast from the Coast. Please do not forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. Hit that little fucking icon that tells you whenever we upload a new episode. It's a little bell ringing thing. It's
called a
the
notification.
notification fucking thing. Hit that
Notification
too,
bell.
please.
Click it.
Bring it
Tell
in.
everybody about us at the Misunderstood Art Company and They Cast from the Coast. Check us out. Check out the new fucking art that Tim's been posting, by the way. Motherfucking talented bastard. Love it. All right. Stop it. All right. And check us out on all the major podcasting platforms, including but not limited to Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, all that good shit. We're also on Patreon. Open up your hearts and your wallets. Get that Tim's fix for Tim. And until next time, Josh.
Tim missed one of the best things about this film. One of the greatest trivial facts. Did you look up to see who the man is that designed these suits?
No.
He worked on a little project in the 90s.
Oh, fuck, I'd hate to say, but what? Who?
Mac.
No!
And
You motherfucker.
me.
You
right.
motherfucker.
Glorious.
Moving on. Tim!
Stay safe. Stay spooky.
Till next time, keep it creepy, everybody.
Good night.